Switching subjects, you're sitting here at the National Press Club surrounded by journalists. Do you believe you've set a dangerous precedent in secretly suing Gawker in connection with its publication of the Hulk Hogan video? And are you engaged in any other lawsuits? But let's start with that precedent. Is that a dangerous precedent to set?
I don't think so. Let's start with the facts of the case. It involved a sex tape. If you make a sex tape of someone with their permission, you are a pornographer. If you make a sex tape without their permission, we were told now, you are a journalist. I would submit that as an insult to all journalists. This is not about the First Amendment. It is about the most egregious violation of privacy imaginable, publishing a sex tape surreptitiously filmed in the privacy of someone's bedroom. And to hide behind the First Amendment, behind journalism, that is an insult. That is an insult to journalists. And that's why Gawker lost so catastrophically at the court in Tampa, Florida, because they were arguing all these sort of abstract theories, and we kept focusing on the facts of the case. There was a deposition of A.J. Delario, the editor who published the sex tape. In the deposition, we asked him, so is there a sex tape you wouldn't publish? Well, maybe if it involved a child. Then we asked, what age child? He said, well, if it was a 4-year-old child. There were sort of gasps by the jury at that point. So and maybe it was, it sort of was like, he was like an aspiring child pornographer. And that's not what journalism is about. So I strongly believe in the First Amendment. I believe journalists are a privileged group in our society. They play an important role in getting us information in our system of checks and balances. But these were not journalists.
Well, do you think what happened to Gawker could happen to other news publications? I mean, could wealthy, powerful people seek revenge against a news organization because of something they didn't like and use their influence and money to take them out?
They shouldn't. Wealthy people shouldn't do that. I think if they try, they won't succeed. Gawker was a pretty flimsy business. It was a bad business. It didn't make that much money, but they could have withstood all the lawsuits. They lost because of an enormous verdict that came in against them. That's why they lost at the end of the day. I could have underwritten many more lawsuits. That wasn't the problem. The problem was that they lost on the facts. I thought that I was very careful in the Hulk Hogan litigation in picking a lawsuit where the fight was over privacy. We did not even bring a libel action because that was sort of the way I wanted to make clear in the Hogan case that it was not about the media. It was not about the media more generally.